Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I forgot the date. Let me look at it because I tried to have it in my head. It is Monday, January the 12th, 2026. So we're 12 days into the new year. I am just here to do my assignment. I want to say thank you for everyone who shares the assignment because you are helping me more than you know. So whether you are here on the live or you catch it on the replay, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are at whatever time zone, hello, hello, hello. I just want to come on right quick and do my assignment this morning. Again, I'm talking to a particular group of people. And guess who's been in the group? Me. Okay, and if you're not in the group, you don't have to listen. If you're not this person that's in this predicament or this situation, then you don't have to listen. But if you stay and listen, then thank you. Thank you so much. I'm coming from you, from the purest form of love, from God's love, the agape love, to just try to help you because God helped me. Other people that God has planted in my life has helped me, and I just want to do the same for someone else. So the group of people that I am going to speak to today are the group of people who is taking God's grace for granted. You're taking the grace for granted. Let me explain what I mean. You may feel like because you're grown, and you're grown, you're right, that you can do what you want to do. And you can do what you want to do. And you're right. But when you're a child of God, you are a child of his. And we need his guidance. We need his leadership. We need to consult him about things. We need to acknowledge him. We need to be obedient to him. And he'll send people to help us on our journey with him. And so what I mean about taking the grace for granted, you know all of these things. You know that you should be doing all of these things, but yet you're not in your rightful position. You're not in alignment, and you're doing what you want to do. And you think that you're okay because you have not maybe reaped any consequences, or you just feel like it's no harm, no harm, no foul type of thing. Or let me give you an analogy. Let me give it to you how God gave it to me. Let me make sure. Why is it saying slow connection? Okay. I am on my internet. Okay. And I hope it's bright enough for you guys. It's still dark outside. And I'm at home. And I didn't want the light to be a glare too much on this picture behind me. Okay. But anyway, the analogy. I remember when I was in high school, and somebody else may attest to this, but when I was in school, we had bells. We had bells for when you change classes. The bell would let you know that it's time to change classes. And you know where you were supposed to go to your next class. Okay, and then you have a certain amount of time to get to. Good morning to all of those that are coming on. You have a certain amount of time to get to your next class. And then there's a tardy bell. Okay. Once that tardy bell rings and you're not in the class that you're supposed to be in, then the door is shut and you can't get in. Can y'all tell me if this is it? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me good, or is it buffering? Because on my end it keeps saying slow connection. I don't know what's going on. But I'm going to do what God told me to do. Okay. So do y'all remember the tardy bells? So we had tardy bells, and they were bells to let you know where you were supposed to go. And then you have so long to get there. And then once the tardy bell rings, the door is closed and you can't get in the room. You have to go to the office or whatever to get an excuse for the teacher to let you in. Okay. So that's what I mean by grace. So let me give you another analogy. You know how we may have a bill that's due on the 1st of the month, and that's when it's due. But then we'll have a grace period to like the 15th or whatever. You'll have that grace time to pay it. And then after that, you're going to be bombarded with more charges and you're going to have to pay more. Okay. This is what I mean when I say grace. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. I love you. The school that I work at now, they don't have bells. And so when I started there, the kids would be changing classes and I would be like, where the bells at? You know, I want to know why with no bells ringing or whatever. So I realized from when I was in school, when we had the bells, you know, it was really teaching us responsibility, accountability, integrity, obedience, work ethic. And you had to do what you had to do. So a lot of us at the time, when the bell would ring and we changed classes, you know, you would go off to the snack machine, go off to the bathroom, go off to play with your friends or whatever, because you knew how much time you had to get to that class, right? Sometimes you would make it and sometimes you would not. Okay, well, the kids, when I started working where I'm working at now, they would come knock on my door, you know, and be saying, hey, Miss Madden. And I'd be like, where are you supposed to be? I'm supposed to be over here in, you know, in such and so room. I was like, well, do they know you over here? No, man. Well, go get where you're supposed to be. You know, and they would go off in the bathroom and play, go, you know, do things or whatever. They would try to get snacks from the snack people who sell the snacks, you know, everything except for going to where you're supposed to be. Even when kids come to my room now, you know, did a teacher send you? Do they know you here? Where you supposed to be? Why you down here? Go where you supposed to be and then get permission and come back. Well, that's what we do as adults in the spirit. When we say that we are children of God, we take the grace for granted. Okay, God has mercy on us every day. God, his grace and his mercy is new every morning. But we sometimes, and I've been in this group, I'm talking to the people who's taking God's grace for granted. I've been in the group. I'm not going to talk to y'all about something that God has not helped me with. But we take the grace for granted because we know what we're supposed to be doing. We know what we should be doing. But we think we got enough time. So we doing what we want to do. Okay? And it may not be a sin. It may not be like, quote unquote, a bad thing that you're doing. But disobedience is sin. Let me just say that. Disobedience to God, it is sin. But like, say the kids come into my door and they just come in to speak and say, hey, that doesn't seem like a really bad thing, you know. But you're not where you're supposed to be. You're not where you're supposed to be. So if you continue with that type of mindset, then in the spirit realm, the enemy is already lurking after us and he slow walks you down. So he's waiting to trap you because he know that you're easy to be lured off. You're gonna be off your post. You're gonna be out of position. You're gonna be out of alignment with God. So eventually he's going to attack you. Asking me how I know. Okay. So we have to stop taking God's grace for granted. We have to stop playing around really with God's grace, thinking that we have time, because the tardy bell is going to ring. The tardy bell is going to ring and the door is going to be closed and you're not going to be able to get in the room. Okay. I hope I'm making it plain. I'm trying to give it to you how I feel like God gave it to me. So we have to stop taking the grace for granted. We have to stop playing with the grace. Yes, we're grown. Yes, we can do what we want to do. But we say God is our Father. So when we have a Father and we know that he's a loving Father, then we should acknowledge him. We should ask for instructions. We should ask for directions. We should ask what our assignments are. We should ask what we should be doing. We should ask even the people that we hang around. We should consult with God about everything. The scripture says, acknowledge him in all of your ways, and then he'll direct your path. Okay. So I'm encouraging us this morning to stop taking the grace for granted, Stop playing with the grace. Stop thinking that you have time, because none of us know how much time we have. None of us know how much time we have. Okay? Your time could be up before mine. Mine could be up before you. We don't know. So we can't continue to take the grace for granted. We can't continue to, just go off and do whatever we want to do, because when you step out of the ark of God's safety, when you step out of the covenant relationship, when you're not in position where you're supposed to be, you're open for attack. You're open for attack from the enemy, because remember, I told y'all he don't like us, and we know that. You're open for attack, and he's just waiting for the perfect opportunity to attack you. You don't know how the attack is coming. It could come financially. It could come in your health. It could come mentally. It could come in all forms it could come in all forms and all degrees of things that could just happen in your life, all forms of chaos. You don't know how it's coming. Your disobedience could affect your children. It could affect your grandchildren. It could affect your spouse, your significant other. It could affect the people that are connected to you, because it does. Everything that you do, it affects everyone that is connected to you. Okay? It does. And I know y'all know what I mean. It affects everybody around you that care about you in some form or fashion. And the enemy he's plotting and he's planning and he's waiting to launch the attack against you if you're not in position. He's going to attack us anyway. But when you're out of alignment with God and you're not where you're supposed to be, and you taking the grace for granted, the attack is going to be worse. Without God, it's going to be worse. Ask me how I know. Okay? And you don't know how it's coming. You can't determine how it's going to come. But you're open for attack. It's already a target on our back. It's already one. And just because you think that what you're doing is not sin, it could very well be a weight that is weighing you down, that is distracting you, causing you to procrastinate, to be slowful. And then we complain and we cry and we whine as to why aren't things working? Why am I not, seeing the blessings of God, or whatever you might be praying for? It very well could be because you're taking the grace for granted. Ask me how I know. I'm telling you, I've been in the same group. Okay. So a lot of times when we go through things, I do this. Okay. What I've learned is when I've been attacked, I start taking inventory. Y'all know Job did the same thing. I start taking inventory and I try to see, what did I cause this? Okay. Cause a lot of times we be done caused it. Okay. Sometimes it's sin. We out of alignment. We out of position. We out of where we supposed to be. And once you identify what that thing is, and it's you, because we got to be accountable. Repent and ask God to forgive you and ask God to help you. Okay. And get back in alignment. Now, if you honestly, if you're honest with yourself and it's not any of those things, because the enemy is going to attack anyway. Hear me. He's going to attack anyway. So there's not always something wrong, and it's not always something you did. Okay? It's not. But I'm talking to the ones of us. And I say us because I include me in everything that I say, because these are lessons that God has taught me and I want to share with other people, because I believe that somebody else is where I was before. And I believe that on either end, behind me, where God brought me from, there are people still there that I have to go back and get. Okay. Ahead of me, there are people who have been where I haven't been yet. That's why I listen to people that I know, who I know is rooted and grounded in God. That's why I listen to them and I take their advice, because they've been somewhere where I haven't. So we got to learn how to listen to people. We got to learn how, when God is trying to help you, and you know that it's God talking to you, you gotta forget about the messenger, okay, and just receive the message, okay. That's all I'm saying. So just stop taking the grace of God for granted. That's my prayer for you today. And this group of people, I'm praying for you because you really think you're okay. You really do. Like, I've been that person. I've been in the group. You really think that you're okay. And you're not. You're not okay. You're in a danger zone. You're in a danger zone. Danger, danger, danger. You're in a danger zone. The tardy bell is going to ring. You got to get to where you're supposed to be. You got to be doing what you're supposed to be doing. Whatever that is for you, whatever God has told you, whatever God has spoke to you. I don't care if it was 1995. God don't change his mind about what he said. Whatever God told you to do, that's what you're supposed to be focused on, and that's what you should be doing. If you're not, you're open for attack. I'm telling you. And something that I learned from my pastor is Pastor Connie T. Hall. She is the pastor of Touch, Love, and Care Outreach Ministries in West Point, Georgia. And my assistant pastors are Beverly and Jeffrey Jackson. That's where I go to church at. I've been there for some 20 years, I think. But something I learned from her, we be want to know, you know, what our assignment is from God. You know, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? At some point in your life, and a lot of times you're already doing your ministry. It could be even the career field that you're in. You're already doing your ministry. You just gotta stay in alignment with God and just get instructions from him. But if God has told you to do something, that's what you should be doing. If you feel like God hasn't given you something to do, do the last thing he told you to do. That's what she tell us. Do whatever he told you to do. I don't care if it was 1995. That's what you do. Okay, that's what you're supposed to be doing. If you don't stop doing that, then you're off your assignment. You're off your post. Do what he told you to do the last time. And then once we're being faithful over a few things, he'll give you another assignment. But we got to complete. You know, we got to be doing what we're supposed to be doing. Not going off trying to go speak to somebody, you know, like the kids come to my door. Not because you have time to come do that, but you need to go where you're supposed to go first. And then, you know, you get permission to do these things. But a lot of times we think that because we grown, we can do what we want to do. Can't nobody tell us what to do. And you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. But if you say you're a child of God, then you should want to be in alignment with what his word says. So I want to encourage us today. Stop taking the grace for granted. Stop playing, because some of y'all just playing. Some of y'all just playing. Some of y'all are just playing because you think you have time. Our time is not like God's time. Okay? And so I am here today with love. With love. I've been there. I've been in the group. I'm not going to talk to y'all about something I have not already been helped with. I'm telling you. I don't have time to tell y'all about the attack that was launched on me because I was out of position, because I was just doing what I want to do because I'm grown. Just thought I was okay. Just doing what I want. Taking the grace for granted. The enemy is waiting. He slow walk you down. He don't try to rush it. He slow walk you down. And eventually, when he find you out of your position, he's going to launch his attack. So be encouraged today. Get in place. Do what you're supposed to be doing for God. Be where you're supposed to be for God. At the time you're supposed to be there. Like, do what you, stay in the ark of safety. And be encouraged and have a great day. I thank y'all for coming on. I love y'all. I'll reply to all of the messages when I get off. I see y'all. And I love y'all. Thank y'all for sharing it. Thank y'all for sharing out my assignment, because y'all are helping me more than you all know. So y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all another time.